All right, welcome. This is Gottlieb's 1974 Captain card machine, the Add-A-Ball version of High Hand. They also made, I think, Top Card or Top Hand, which is the Italian export, which is the same as Captain Card, but just different. Different logo, so hit the start button. This is actually a very odd electromechanical machine for me because I'm used to the 60s games, but this one actually does have a start button in it. And the reason for it is there's an operator adjustment to where you can have one coin, one play, or one coin, two plays. And if you have the one coin, two plays, then the first coin lets you, or immediately it starts the game, and then it lights this credit when lit down here on the apron. And that's the only bulb I didn't put as an LED because, besides, of course, the flashers, because I was never going to have, one coin give you two games, and basically there's a credit hold relay that holds your free game over to the next game that allows you to push the start button, which is a little odd to see an Add-A-Ball game have a start button, since the whole thing was you can't win any free games. There's no need for a start button, but I suppose when you've got one coin is double, then you need it. Just got it done. Fixed everything minus one small, minuscule problem it was having. And that problem had me pulling my brain out, or my hair out. So I feel like this game is a lot more fun than High Hand, even though it isn't a terribly fun EM, just by my opinion. It's still a lot more enjoyable than High Hand. I'll tell you why after this ball. Oh, look at that action. That was a lot of back and forth right there. That one down. That one down. Okay, I got the full bank of clubs. So now I've got my rollover button lit for 100 instead of 10, and the two lanes here and up there lit for 1,000. That also increases the bonus when I collect a bonus. The bonus is in the center hole or the out lanes, and the bonus gives you 100 points per card you have dropped, or 1,000 points per card you have dropped once you get the whole sequence down. So currently I'd get 200 plus 100 plus 300 plus 4,000. So 4,600 is my current bonus. I was trying to shoot the bonus hole, but it's very hard to shoot that hole since it's just a kick-out hole in the middle of the play field. It seems like it's more of a lucky shot than anything. This isn't a terribly great game, I would say. I missed everything. That's another thing I don't like, that shot doesn't do anything. Unless you get really lucky and come back up through the middle, then those upper shots to the top of the playfield are really pointless, honestly. Would have much rather had a target up there, or even, at the very least they could have done was throw some one-point contacts behind those rubbers. Like when you hit the banks when there's no targets up, you still get 100 points. But when the ball's bouncing way up at the top, it's not going anywhere. 4,000, 100, 300, 4,000. Starts with the diamonds, then ends with the clubs. So it goes around in a big circle. Just like that. Now 1,000 more points and I will get an extra ball, because I have an extra ball at 4,000, which would be a real shame if that doesn't happen. There it is. 40,000, sorry. I'm used to the 60s EMs, give me a break. Would like to thank the previous owner of this machine as well, who might be watching this video, because he bought a bunch of the little miniature dice off Temu, which in itself I can't recommend you make any purchases off Temu ever. But these little dice he grabbed, he cut holes in them and used them as replacements for the acorn nuts on top of all the posts except for the very few up there. And I thought that was pretty sweet. Oh, I went down that lane. I didn't even get A. Oh my gosh. I'm one target down. One target away. There it is. That was just enough. And extra ball on the way out. Yep, there's the issue. That was the little issue that I'm going to settle with that. After you go down the side, get the extra ball, counts the extra ball up, and then you immediately lose it because you went out. But it scores an extra 300 or 400 points at that exact moment. If you go out the side when it's lit for extra ball, that's what happens. It used to be so much worse, though. So, I'll take that. I will take a couple extra 100 points being added to the score, which is less than dropping a single drop target in this game. Because what happened before is if it went down the side when it was lit for extra ball and went into the out hole, then you were sometimes greeted with 1 extra ball, like normal, 2 extra balls, or even 5 extra balls before it was able to kick the ball out. And sometimes it never succeeded in even getting the drop targets up after that. So, 100 points. Wonderful. It is a little silly in this game when you have no drops down and the ball sits in the hole for forever. All right. That's the end of the first game. That was 6 minutes long. I'll play one more. Maybe I can get some more extra balls this game besides the one on the way out and the one on the cards. Oh, you're kidding me. Wow. Yeah. What great bumper action right there. That was sarcastic. Never mind, maybe I will have a verifiably way worse game. It's kind of crazy the pop bumper's worth 1,000. This entire game has been 9 pop bumper hits, essentially. It's wild to me. Oh, yeah, I'd appreciate if it went in the hole, but I mean, just go ahead. Don't just cheat me out twice. Decent bonus. Another. Oh no, I forget. It's always at 40,000, not 30. Oh, for crying out loud! I'd definitely say those are probably the hardest drop targets to shoot for, considering you either have to go right at the start of the flipper when it's going up that way, or you just have to have a really great shot that barely misses the pop. don't want to end on a bad game. That 298,000 point game was legit. Okay, well, let's start a new game. That didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. Take 3? Third time charm, maybe? If I get 10 points and it drains on this fucking ball. I was about to say. That's a little better. Yep, downside again. Haven't even hit a single diamond in the whole game. Oh my gosh. There. Now we're getting it. Oh, fucks. Oh. This is a close one. There we are. One bonus will put me over the atta-ball. Just a single bonus in these next 2 balls. Come on. Oh my, get the... Oh, that was a great shot for the jack. That's the hard one. Nope. Twin flippers. Last ball. Even out the side, I don't care. Just give me a bonus. Oh, I waited too long. No. Bonus? No! Oh my gosh! I still wait too long. Fucking A! Oh, ain't that rough. Well, time to leave everyone dissatisfied and stopped playing when I was 1 bonus away and 1 card away from winning an extra ball. Anyways, I have it sitting on top of Meteor right now. In the little box that came with Meteor that had 3 rectifier boards in it. Take the glass off, show you all the stuff on the inside before it gets packed up and it heads to Texas Pinball Festival. I mean, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see if I make it. Who knows? There we are. So, Captain card. There's 1 away, so... Oh yeah. The coin return, or the coin relay has to be energized. It is energized. Right, turn. Maybe the door was out and it was leaning. Let me put the door back in. Come on. I just want to show that I made it work for quarters. There we go. Sweet. Yep. It's a scorecard. And the replay card. I figured that was the replay card that was already in there, but that's a pretty good amount for replay. So, just like I said, drop out the bank. Starlight's up for 100, and the lanes light up. Hearts Bank lights these in here and out there. Spades Bank lights the top one and the middle one here. And then the Diamonds Bank gives you an extra ball and lights the other ones. So yeah, real fun machine. You get an extra ball here. And like I said, the outlanes, they work fine. That one just gave me 2 because I passed the 41,000. But if you go out the side, here, let me kick the switch here. If you go out the side and it lands in the bottom, I have it wired so it works now, but it gives you a couple extra 100. It went from like 3 to 7, so that's not the biggest thing in the world to me because it was just so much worse than that. And I tried and I struggled and I grieved. So here's your Captain card schematics. Here's your labels. All your lamps. Top half of the solenoids. And bottom half of the solenoids. And your motor sheet, because I guess they stopped stamping the motor sheet to it. It's almost like they wanted people to lose these. And don't trust this. This is one of these is true, the other one is wrong. So yeah, I did some research. This is the normal operation and the incorrect operation of my my machine. The difference being that after the 5th step of the stepper and the ball return relay energizes on both of these, then when it fucks up the 500 point and the wow delay relays energize, whereas normally it's just the banks reset, sequence completed, relay is done, the return coil fires, and the ball return relay is then done. And then that causes the wow relay to re-energize and all that other stuff, and you're stuck getting extra balls until the timing gets just right and doesn't mess up. And my solution for that was to mess with some motor switches to get the timing a little more varied, because you know, EMs are supposed to be switches are supposed to make and switches are supposed to break. That's it. But these motor switches, some of them are supposed to break very early and then make really late, and the opposite as well. So there's your relay sheet as well. Alright, zoom in, sequence completed, and then credit button, and then ball return. God, stop focusing on the wrong stuff. But yeah, those are for those relays. You got your bonus stepper, you got your AX relay, wow delay, and his only job is to give you the extra ball when you drop all the targets, basically. If I unhook him from the circuit and I clip him off, my return always works. I always get 1 ball and nothing else. So here was my fix. Ready for this nonsense? You're not anywhere close to ready. Look at this. Took the kickoff switch, cut the top of him off, and bent him straight up, directly into the ball return relays thing. So he opens when the ball return relay is energized. And what does he open? He opens the actual circuit to the 500 point relay, and he opens the actual common circuit to the WOW delay relay. And by doing that, I am making sure that these 500 point and WOW delay relays can't energize while that ball return relay is energized immediately before it. However, that doesn't work perfectly because the ball return relay turns off, and then as soon as it turns off, that 500 pointer wants to click on. And I've adjusted every motor switch and everything. So unfortunately, yes, after you've got the extra ball on the way out, you get a couple extra 100 points. But I'm much more happy with that than what it was doing, which was awarding anywhere from the normal number of balls, usually 2, sometimes up to 5, and not even being able to reset the targets and eventually finally kicking it out. So yeah, it's a 70s unit, has chimes, of which you probably need to replace the felt. I just use little furniture felt, like carpet slider kind of things. Other than that, I always flip my tilt plate upside down so you can shake the machine a lot more before it tilts, which is good. Before it tilts. There we go. I'll have to solder these on here. These are also notorious for falling off, these little crimped things. As well as on the flipper buttons. I mean, you're either pushing these on and pulling these off to take the whole bottom board out, or you can just unscrew 2 screws and take the whole button with you. It's up to you, but yeah, soldering is the way. It's got my normal flipper repair that I do, which I'll have to lose a ball to untilt myself, but yep, my normal flipper repair, which is the toothpicks and super glue in these holes in the plastic here, the toothpicks and super glue in all of the bracket holes that screw to the wood playfield, and then the super long screws with the lock washers on the front and lock nuts on the back. Make sure that coil stop never falls off. Even though they weren't loose when I got it, I was like, oh, one of them already has a Phillips screw in there when they should all be flatheads. So, yep, that was wrong. That was came loose once before because they were so poorly designed. Speaking of poor designs, one of the worst design things I've ever seen is in this machine. Here we go. Ready? I'm gonna drop all the diamonds. How do you think it lights up this rollover and the switches? Or, I mean, that switch and the rollover. That one. It uses this relay right here. Which one is it? I think it's the one on the far end. No, nope, nope. Yep, this is the diamond one. So, yep. That's on, and it's not stopping. It's constantly on. And what can happen when you have relays that are constantly on? Oh, I don't know. They can fry. Something like this. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, this one broke off its little lead. Unfortunately, it's the one that's under it. But this one actually let me wrap it all the way back around, soldered it back to there, and there still wasn't continuity through this thing. So, yeah, both these relays were completely shot. And usually, I just went to my old playfields that are junk, and these relays measure at about 22 ohms for the diamonds through hearts relays. Because, yeah, as you drop the cards, they stay down. They stay energized. Once you've got a whole bank down, that's a whole entire relay that's energized. That's really fun is drop them all and try putting your hand right here. Your hand will actually get warm on top of this wood because all 4 relays underneath here will be cooking. And what's even more fun? Let me go to game over. Let me show you. Actually, I don't know if it'll happen since I have them all down. They might go out first. Yeah, that raised them all. But even on game over, what's weird is those buttons are still lighting up. The lights are still where I left them, which means if you have a bank of targets dropped, and this is in an arcade or something, and this thing doesn't get played for like an hour or 2 straight, these relays are on that entire time, and they've been on that entire time, the whole time this game has existed. So, yes, they were both good when I first got it, and then they just kaput. They were done. So, yeah, otherwise you have the constantly stepping bonus stepper that has the tooth in the side for the run out, I believe. This is the tilt relay. This tilts the game. Then you have your balls per play, that coin shoot adjustment I was talking about, and then your tilt adjustment for losing the whole game, or what it's at now, losing an extra penalty ball. Fuses. Yeah, I'd say that's about under the playfield besides having the drop targets. I don't know if you're terribly familiar with drop target banks, but they go something like you have one switch on the back end that just grazes on its way down, and that does the 500-point relay. You have one switch on the front that stays closed when it's all the way down. That does the light and maybe something else. And then you have one switch that closes. Which one? This one. Yeah, the middle one. That closes once all 4 are dropped. And that one gives power to that relay, and why that relay's all the way on, already on. Always on. My goodness gracious. I am not terribly ready for Texas, I will say that much. Okay, where is my one screwdriver? There it is. Show you the back box really quick here. And then I have got to get myself going. This is the nicest way to do a back box. Just a single screw and washer. Flatheader Phillips. No need to spend $7 on a lock. And